Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Arief Ardiansyah. I am from Bina Sarana Informatika University, Kramat 89, and now I want to talking and give you my opinion about the new President Prabowo Subianto. After a challenging election year, Indonesia has a new president in 2024, Prabowo Subianto, who was born in Jakarta on October 17, 1951. Most young people, especially Generation Z, know him as a former army officer and commander in the Indonesia Special Forces, but he is also a politician and entrepreneur. I will give you some part of article that I read yesterday. Chief Researcher of Indicator, Prof. Burhanuddin Muhtadi said the surveys conducted from October 10 to 15, 2024 before Prabowo's inauguration showed that the public has high expectation and confidence in the eighth president of Indonesia. This is quite similar to the Compass survey where 84% of respondents are confident and we have 85%, said Burhanuddin during an online presentation monitored in Jakarta on Sunday. From this, we can argue that the most Indonesian people choose him as a president over the other candidates. This means that Indonesian people have given Prabowo Subianto hope for leading Indonesia on a great path for the next 5 years. Although he faced many problems in his journey such as issues related to his marriage and career. One of the biggest issues is he was fired from the Indonesia Special Forces due to the kidnapping and detention of activists in 1998 on East Timor. However, his mistakes in the past can be a valuable lesson for him in becoming a better person, especially now that he is known as a president. He must not repeat the same mistake again. Regardless of his mistakes in the past, I believe in him because his military background researches Indonesians about the country's defense and security. I hope programs like Prabowo's free meal program, which offer free lunch to students from elementary through high school, can be achieved. This program aims to prevent stunting, boost the economy, and improve people's well-being, helping Indonesia grow into a developed nation like other major countries. You Lord, the Lord, you Lord. Hello guys, in this session is the part 2 of the video. Will that become one to the previous video. This is project 1 Bahasa Inggris 1. This is my name, Muhammad Arief Sirun. My name 15240043. My class is 15.18.07. My study program is Informatics. My faculty is Faculty of Information and Technology. This is part 2, present and explain this topic. I will choose the question word. The question word definition, often called the WH words, are function words that can be used to ask open questions. Example like what, where, when, who, why, how, and etc. What is a WH word we use for to ask question and as a pronoun and determiner. There are several types of what. What as a question word, meaning please repeat. And the last one, what as a determiner. What as a question word, we can use was what to ask for information about things and actions. For example, what do you want? What he doing? Tell him to stop at once. What time are you leaving? We can also use what in indirect questions, like to example here, Nicholas asked me why my address was. I wonder what Stephen Jasha is doing this day. What meaning please repeat? We can use what in informal situations to ask someone to repeat something if we don't hear it or understand it. Did you get the papers? Sorry, what? Did you get the paper? Oh yes, it's in the kitchen. This is not for this is please repeat is not formal. It's usually using this please repeat for a friend, not for the older people. Where the definition is a WH word. We use where to ask question as a conjunction and to introduce relative clauses as a question word, as a conjunction, and where as a relative pronoun. Where as a question word, we can use where to ask for information about place. For example, here, where did you buy the shoes? Where will you be working next Monday? We can use where in indirect question. I asked him where I could buy an umbrella. Can you tell me where she left the keys? Where as a conjunction. Use where as a conjunction meaning in the place that or in situation that. The clause with where is a subordinate clause and need a main clause to complete its meaning. If the where clause comes before the main clause, we use comma. Some is example, where you find a lot of water, you will also find these beautiful insects. Where you have to pay a deposit, be sure to get a receipt. And now we're going to do the when. When is a WH word. We use when to ask questions as a conjunction and to introduce relative clauses. There are several types. When as a question word, as a relative pronoun, and when as a conjunction. First one is when as a question word. You can use when to ask for information about what time something happened. For example, here we can say, where when did you leave? When are you going on holiday? When will you know the result of the exam? We can use when in indirect questions. For example, here, she asked me when I will be ready to start the job. I wonder when the new computers will arrive. When as a relative pronoun, we can use when as a relative pronouns in relative clauses. That was the week when we booked our holiday. The parcel arrived in the post at 11 a.m. when I was still at work. When as a conjunction, use when as a conjunction meaning at the time that the clause with when is subordinative clause and needs a main clause to complete its meaning. If the when clause comes before the main clause, we use a comma. Talking about the past, when I was young, there were no houses here. Nobody spoken when she come into the room. We can identify this is the point because the formula is verb, verb is there, and the sorry, subject is there, and the verb to is where. Same as this, the subject is here, and the verb to is from come to came. Talking about the present, when you start the engine, there's a strange noise. This is the subject, you, and this is the verb one, start, and this is the object, the engine. Talking, talking about the future. In references to the future with when, we use the present simple or the present perfect in the when clause, not the future with shall and will. For example, here, when the new park opens, I will go there every day. This is the incorrect one. When the new park will open, I will go there every day. This is using present simple. This is a verb one, subject plus verb one. The second example is when I've finished my homework, I'm going to phone Marita. This is incorrect. When I'll finish my homework, I'm going to phone Marita. There's a difference between this. As you can see, the the first one is use I have. The incorrect one is I will. This is using present perfect because there is subject plus have, had, or has plus verb two. We can use when as a conjunction to mean consider that. What's the point in going out when we have to be home by 11 o'clock? This is concerning about 11 o'clock. Sorry, this is concerning about going out. Then they have home by 11 o'clock. Who and whom? Who and whom are WH words. We use them to ask questions and to introduce relative clauses. Who as a question word, who in relative clauses, and whom. Whom as a question word. We use whom as a interrogative pronoun to begin questions about people. For example, who is next or who's next? Who make the decisions here? Who did you talk to? We use who in indirect question and statement. For example, the phone rang. She asked me who it was. Can you tell me who I should talk to? I can remember who told me. There's some indirect question and statement in one in three of the sentence. Who in the relative clauses, we use who as a relative pronoun to introduce a relative clause about people. The police officer who came was a friend of my father's. He shared a flat with Anne Bolton, who he married, and eventually they moved to Australia. Whom. Whom is the object from of whom. We use whom to refer to people in formal styles or in writing. When the person is the object of the verb, we don't use it very often, and we use it more commonly in writing than in speaking. We use whom commonly with prepositions. Some formal styles prefer to use a preposition before whom than to leave the preposition hanging at the end of the sentence. Like example here, over 200 people attended the ceremony, many of whom had no hair as their teacher. Whom is a hanging preposition. We use it in related clauses. She gave birth in 1970s to a boy whom she named Caleb James. We use it in direct question and statements. He didn't ask for whom I voted. He told me where he went and with whom. There's indirect question and statement in one sentence. Why? Why is a WH word? We use why to talk about reasons and explanations. There is some part of different way we can use why as a question word, why asking for reasons, that's why giving a reasons. Why as a question word, we can use why to ask about reasons and explanations. For example, here we can see why did he leave home when he was 16? Why why didn't you tell Grandma? Why is the earth round? We can use why in indirect question. He asked me why I want to leave the job. I wonder why he told nobody he was getting married. We can use why is on as a response. There is some dialogue A and B. I'm going home now. Why? There is the response is why for this example. When we reply a negative statement, we usually say why not. There is some dialogue. I don't like it here. There is a negative statement, and this is the why as a question word. Why not? The next is why asking for reason. When we ask for reasons in speaking, we can use the phrase why is that. In formal conversation, we often say, what's that? Look, the moon is attracted to the light. Why's that? I'm not sure. She's going to the college this year. Why's that? She says she wants to travel for a while. In informal context, we sometimes use what for with the same meaning of asking for a reason. Anne's going to be really upset with me. What for? I forgot to call her back last night. You can use why in here too. And the last of the question word is how. The adverb how much commonly means in what way or to what extent. There is a part of how, how in equations, how in indirect questions, and how in exclamations. How in questions, we use how when we introduce direct indirect questions. How was the film? Do you know how I get to the bus? And the last one is indirect question. I asked her how, how she won, how she was, but she didn't answer me. How indirect question, you often use how with verbs such as tell, wonder, and know in indirect questions. I just don't know how she managed to cook so well in such a small kitchen. I wonder how they do that. How in exclamations. In exclamations, we use how before adjective, adverb, and verb phrases. In verb phrases, the word order is subject plus verb. As you can see, the example here, Dave bought her some flowers. How nice of them! How fantastic! How beautifully they sang! They sang. How we love New York. How, for example, here, how fantastic! Fantastic is can adjective or the verb phrases. We don't use how in a noun phrases. We use what. For example, here the correct one is what a gorgeous cat, not how a gorgeous cat. Thank you very much. See you later.